Hello and welcome to a special episode of Shop Talk. This is our 2.5 episode. I am here once again at 3D Comics in Lancaster, New York, and I am also joined by some creatives that have traveled all the way up from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you would introduce yourself, we'll start over here.
Mike Lachimia.
Kyle Roberts.
Antonio Grassano.
All right. And what brings you guys to this lovely little establishment?
Support the grand opening of 3D Comics and push some of our artwork and stuff like that.
Nice. I assume that goes for everyone here?
Yep, yeah, pretty much.
All right. So, gentlemen, you're all here doing some sketches, some remarks and stuff, but it's brought to my attention that you do other things. Mike, you had worked on the Walking Dead TV show?
Yeah, for the past 10 years or so, I was working out in LA for K&B Effects.
Okay.
And I worked in the film department, and I ran pretty much all the prosthetics for The Walking Dead. Me and my wife moved back to Pittsburgh just recently, and I'm really just putting all my attention and effort into my artwork. Okay. And pushing that stuff. So
cool. So when you say you were running the prosthetics, were you creating, applying, a little bit of both?
Creating mostly. Mostly it was just running everything, running them out of foam latex, encapsulated silicone 3D transfers. Okay. And then we would ship them to set. But we also worked, at the same time working on The Walking Dead, we also worked on tons of other movies too. We're working Fear the Walking Dead, Preacher. There was not just Walking Dead, it was 10 other shows going on at the same time, all the time. Did
you make the prosthetic for Arseface?
Yes.
Wow, look at that.
I did run the prosthetics for Arseface.
My man did the prosthetics on Arseface. That's what's up. You gentlemen also do some special effects work and makeup and design. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, what exactly? Yeah, I mean, we do the same thing in Pittsburgh. We're out of a shop called Tolan Effects, and basically anything anybody needs, we'll make. We hooked up with Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead in the first 8 Hellraiser movies, and put him back in the makeup for the first time in 14 years in 2017. Wow! For an event that he created. We also do a lot of the local shows, like Mindhunter was in Pittsburgh, WGN's Outsiders. We worked on The Last Witch Hunter, Netflix's I'm Not Okay With This. Anything that, big budget, low budget, doesn't matter. We'll do whatever anybody needs.
Cool. Yeah, our most recent project was a horror movie in Baltimore, and then we just wrapped up one in Florida last week. He was actually the monster for the one in Baltimore, so that was pretty cool.
And what was that project called?
It's called Cyst.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a big blob cyst. Yeah. It's like a blob movie, kind of. Just
a pussy
creature. Hopefully it'll come out sometime this year.
Oh my goodness!
Shoot it for fall.
Is that gonna come out on a streaming service or any? Do you understand the distribution or anything?
I'm not sure what exactly the distribution is gonna be on that just yet. I know the one producer was trying to work out a deal to maybe get it in the drive-ins and whatnot, because those are kind of hopping right now, but I have no idea.
Right on. So, Mike, can you tell me a little bit about the process of designing prosthetics? Is it something you sketch out first? Is it what calls out for it?
Yeah, it's a long process. It comes down to, you've got a designer who designs the makeup. Okay. So they usually do it in Photoshop or even pen and paper, traditional. And then the actor comes in and gets a life cast, and then that goes to the sculptors. Sculptors sculpt it. That goes to the mold makers, and then it comes to my department, and then we're basically the last line. We make the prosthetics, and we have to try to make sure that there's no air bubbles, that the edges are nice, that the consistency is good, and all that other stuff, and then that goes to the makeup artist.
Do they work with do they still do squibs? Do you have to work around that, or?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes there'll be little bladders inside prosthetics. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there'll be voids where a neck slash would be.
Right. So you have to kind of engineer it around that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one for The Walking Dead that they did a lot was head crushes.
Okay.
And it was basically just a foam latex head that was hollowed out, and then they filled it up with just Caro syrup, blood, and gelatin, and then they would stomp on it and it would just shatter and explode.
Oh, wow, gross. So you said your focus is turning now into doing more artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking more towards doing cover work or interiors, sequential art? Where's your focus?
I'd love to get into comic books in some way, shape, or form, whether it be art, covers. Covers seem like they'd be more fun anyway, or doing some interior stuff would be awesome too. Just not really too picky right now, so it's whatever I can get my hands on I want to do.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, keep yourself open. And same question goes for you guys. Are you trying to do more artwork towards covers, interiors, kind of anything?
Whatever. I mean, my aspirations don't necessarily lie in comic books. I do this stuff for fun. Just I got hooked up with Joel to do these pop box drawings.
Joel is the owner of 3D Comics, by the way, just so you guys out there know.
Yeah, it's just a fun project. Get me back into my roots because I've been drawing my entire life, and then some point in time in high school I decided that it's like I've always loved watching movies and whatnot, and I realized someone's making those monsters. That's what I want to do. So that's what my passion is. I want to be a monster maker and whatnot. And this stuff is just for fun. But as far as comic book goes, it'd be really cool to do a cover of one of my favorite series. That'd be awesome. Spawn. That's a good one.
I think everyone here wants to cut Spawn.
For sure. Spawn's great. It's the one that got me into all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, me specifically. Like you said, this is just something that's really fun. Lets me kind of stretch my creative legs a little bit with so many different variety of characters you can just mess with, and just keeps you in practice. Other than that, personally, I like doing a lot of sculptures. So I try and make masks and casts of my sculptures and sell those, or if conventions ever come back, I'd like to do this kind of stuff on a convention level.
Right.
Along with just sticking to making monsters.
Nice. So my last question is, what's next on the horizon for everyone? We'll start with you, Mike.
I know 3D Comics is trying to get a exclusive cover for 3D Comics up and running, and I think that's going to be the next thing for me, is actually helping him get that going and getting actually maybe doing the artwork for it too.
Nice. So a lot of times what will happen is stores will order X amount of copies of a book, and the distributor or the publishing house, they'll actually do a special cover. Sometimes some stores, they get their own cover, is what he's trying to explain, if you weren't aware out there. And what's next for you guys?
Whatever movie comes down the pipeline for us, really.
Making some monsters.
In the free time, keep doing the drawings and paintings and whatnot. And then whenever a bigger project comes along, we'll hop on that.
Nice.
Yeah. It's in the same boat, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we work pretty closely together, and that's what we like to do. We like to make crazy dreams happen.
Yeah.
Somebody wants a monster with a bunch of tentacles, and we're the guy. So
I want to put one in my driveway so that I scare my neighbors every day, because I'll know it's there, but they won't. I'm gonna poltergeist the shit out of my neighborhood.
There you go.
All right, I need an addendum. Where can we have seen your work? I know we said Mike has worked on The Walking Dead and some other shows. Where was your work featured?
We have done, we've done stuff. Netflix, we got the Netflix show Mindhunter, I'm Not Okay With This.
Mm-hmm.
There was WGN's Outsiders. We've also done work on, there's a horror movie on Shudder called Haunt that we did all the special effects for, not the makeup effects on that one. There's the 7th installment in the Wrong Turn series comes out sometime this year or next year. We did all the special effects on that. Jack Reacher, Last Witch Hunter, Fences. There's a monster movie that we did called Beast of the Water.
A lot of stuff that just comes through Pittsburgh, basically.
Yeah, or not even. I mean, Haunt was done in Cincinnati. Foundation was done in Cincinnati. Beast of the Water was in Nashville. So we've done stuff in LA. We're just all over.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks for having me and having this interview. I appreciate it. And now you guys know what the faces behind some of your favorite creature special effects are. So
it was a pleasure.
It's you. All right. Thanks. Stay tuned for our next episode. If you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe for future content.